So has a flood of claims come in?
Yes, indeed, Francis. Apparently, our members confirmed shortly after the quake on yesterday, the calls started coming in. Most claims these days are reported telephonically. So there was quite a flow of claims from yesterday afternoon and even during the evening.
And mostly from that area, or are you getting claims from Durban and Cape Town? We know tremors were felt all over.
Basically, it's all mostly from the Klerksdorp, Orkney, Stilfontein area.
All right.
From what I understand.
And you've said that most buildings, it's often included, sort of acts of God, natural disasters, things like that.
Exactly, yeah. We are obviously, short-term insurers are in a risk-averse business. And we insure what we call sudden and unforeseen events. Now, this was a sudden event. Although earthquake, as part of the policy, has been around as long as insurance has been around in South Africa. So, but to qualify that, your private dwelling houses, which are insured in terms of a homeowner's policy, normally the package would include earthquake cover.
Okay, which is a relief for many, but not for the many vulnerable who can't afford insurance at all.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. You talk about legitimate claims at times like these. Do people jump on the bandwagon and just throw in all sorts of claims?
Interesting question. The answer indeed is yes. And that is one thing I want to stress this evening, is that we will probably see something, especially in that area. You may recall in 2005, there was a earthquake which is mainly mining related in Stilfontein specifically. And I know that many companies had damages at that time. You may find that some of those insured claims may have been settled on a cash and lieu basis because there was not enough service providers at the time, may not have done the work. And now they may get back onto the bandwagon. It can happen. And there are opportunists everywhere. And I just want to warn the people that the insurance companies have got a very good system the way they deal with their claims, and this could be detected. And
you can find the fraud. Well, you've raised something now, that 2005 quake mining related. Yesterday there were concerns that this was mining related. I heard the Geosciences Council saying pressure building up in the Orkney mines. Today it's looking more like normal seismic activity. But is there a general concern that even here in Johannesburg we're living on top of an incredible network of mining tunnels?
Absolutely. In South Africa, mainly seismic activities are mostly related to mining. Although what you said is quite correct. We don't know the final picture yet, but we believe this is a natural event that occurred. It wasn't due to the mining activities. From what I believe is that the quake epicentre was about 10 kilometers underground, whereas most of our mines are about 4 kilometers deep. So we believe that this is a natural event, which is earthquake and seismic activity that will definitely be covered in terms of the normal insurance policies.
But the overall concern is there are actuaries trying to figure out what that will mean in future. And of course we'd all like to know.
It's too early to say. Let me put it to you this way. I must also qualify something here. I think there may be a little bit of confusion out there. Mining activity is covered in terms of the policy, earthquake, including mining activities. But when it's a mining activity, some insurers ask for a bigger excess. So there's definitely a diversification between the two. But obviously, and unfortunately, the onus is on the insured to prove it wasn't mining activity. Right. I think in this case it's not a problem. But coming back to your question, yes, what is happening at the moment, the process is that all the insurers, our members, as the claims come in, they process it, they then appoint loss adjusters or claims investigators who will then make appointments with the insureds to go out to assess the damage. Basically, they will obviously assess the cause, which may...
David, let's look though at the future. What I'm trying to ascertain is there a concern about risk, given that we live on top of these mines, and even if it's seismic normal activity, as you say, and it does look like that this time, there's always a concern that premiums will go up because you have to pay out so much this time.
I'm coming to the point, just to finish my story there, is that we are still calculating. At the moment, we don't know what the extent of the damage is.
Okay.
We believe in some cases it may be severe. Individual buildings may be badly damaged, and maybe some of them may be demolished. So we don't know the extent. But eventually, the insurers will take stock. Actuaries will sit down and look at this. It's one of the events that doesn't often happen in South Africa. But to come back to what you said about the mining areas in Johannesburg, I must just say that we as an association have been doing a lot of research lately on acid mine water. And we have had discussions with geoscience departments at the universities, etc. There are three concerns as far as that is concerned. If they pump acid mine water from the basins, the western, central and eastern basin around Johannesburg, it could lead to three risks. Firstly, seismic activity. Secondly, sinkholes. And thirdly, flooding. At this point of time, we haven't not completed our investigations, and we have been assured by the geotechnicians that seismic activity is not one of those risks because of acid mine water. But having said
flooding and sinking holes are. We
don't know the extent of that possibility yet. It is a probability that we will have to take into account, yes. But we will only, once we've completed the study, have that results, and we will talk to the actuaries, and the actuaries will sit down and look at it. But surely, we are you're quite right, we are living in an area where we're basically living on mining situations here. And mining tremor could happen at any time.
Sure, and you're not sure what that means for premiums in future, as you say, you still have to calculate the
At this stage, it's too early to say.
All right, thank you so much. We appreciate, sure, and not fully encouraging, I must say, that we are living on top of this incredible network of tunnels. That was Davy Buys from the SA Insurance Association.